There we go. Hey there, let me just adjust this camera. Hi, I just wanted to touch base with all of you. I haven't done a live YouTube or Facebook, and I found this great new software. Actually, my video manager, Edie Thomas, turned me on to this new software where I can broadcast on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So not only do I want to talk to you about how to know if he's emotionally available, but I also want to test out this platform and see if there's a delay in what I say by simultaneously connecting on two different social media platforms. Hi, MD. And so that's why I'm testing it out today on Facebook and on YouTube at the same time. So hi, ladies. So happy you're here. And so I'm in my office in La Jolla. I have a lot of privacy in terms of being able to come in and out. I don't feel like I'm putting myself at risk. I have at least a space in a building where I have my own access. So that's great. Let me grab a little sip of water here. And so I wanted to make a video for you because I haven't done a live broadcast in a while. And I'm sorry, I should have poured water before, but let me take a quick sip of water. And then I'm going to talk to you about how to know if he's emotionally available. This is such a great topic. And the reason why I want to cover it, one of my clients in my group program asked me about it. And I'm like, this is such a great question. And so how do you know if a man is emotionally available? Change of location. So I'm going to just one more time say I'm trying out this new software where I can broadcast on YouTube and on Facebook at the same time without a delay. I've used those before, but there's a delay in my voice. So Clay, if you can jump over to YouTube and let me know if you can see me on YouTube, that'd be fabulous. Check that out for me if you get a chance. So how do you know if he's emotionally available? And so here's the big answer to the question that everybody's asking, and everybody always wants to know this. So make sure you write this down. It's really, really, really important. Okay, how you're going to know if a man is emotionally available is if you are emotionally available. Isn't that cool? Okay, yay! So if you are emotionally available and you're talking to a man or talking to anybody for that matter, you're going to be able to pick up because you're present. You're going to be able to pick up whether or not he's having some resistance in sharing, if he's dodging questions, if he's changing the topic, if he's kind of starting to withdraw and shut down. Those are all indicators that he's not comfortable with the inquiry that's happening, with being vulnerable, with being authentic, with being open. There's some part of himself that he hasn't reconciled with that's coming up and providing this block that's keeping him from connecting with you. However, if you are emotionally available, if you're able to maintain that emotional availability, then you will be able to make the distinction between to what degree is he really available? And there are degrees of emotional availability that I'm going to talk about later that you can connect with a man, and that can build over time. So, but you just need a starting point, right? And so here's the thing: you will be able to tell this because you're present and you're not getting triggered by his emotional unavailability. Because here's what happens so many times and why we don't connect with emotionally unavailable men. It's because, so he might be sharing something. Let's say he shares something about his divorce and it was really painful, and maybe he's getting down and talking negatively about his ex-wife, and you had a distressful breakup or a divorce and you are triggered now. In other words, it touched on some pain that you experienced in your past, which is what a trigger is. It causes you to all of a sudden shift from being present in the now to thinking. So now you went from being in your body, which is in the be here now, to your mind, which is one of your composite parts, but it's not who you really are. It's just one of your amazing superpowers. So you went from being present to going unconscious in your thinking. Now you become emotionally unavailable in that moment because his pain body, his pain about his divorce has triggered the pain of your divorce. Now you're both unconscious and you're getting defensive because he's talking like that, and you're starting to remember what happened to you, and maybe you both start talking. So I think that these triggers really need to be worked through so you can be more emotionally available. So if you've healed that trigger from your past, and somebody shares something, or somebody says something about maybe you gaining weight, or maybe something about not having enough money for something, or anything that is a sensitivity for you, instead of being able to go, yeah, I cut my hair, took the hair extensions out. I had a lot of highlights, so I had to darken it because it looked too thin. That's what I'm sharing with you is really happening to me. Look at my hair. I'm having it as ground zero with my hair and my look. So it's going to be a work in progress. Bear with me. But I accept myself. I don't have to be emotionally unavailable and dodge questions about it because it's not who I am. I'm not identified by my hair, although I love hair. Not who I am. So I'm not going to get triggered and go unconscious and start to back up from you. So I just want to use a real world example of that. So he says something, triggers you. You both now are unconscious in your triggers, and you're relating from that place, from the pain, instead of relating from love. And so that's one of the biggest reasons why how you can tell. The only way you can really, really get a sense of to what degree he's available or not available is if you are more available than him, emotionally speaking. Isn't that wonderful? Doesn't that help you? Doesn't that encourage you to get busy and do more of your inner work to clear out your emotional block? So here's you. And here's your man, and what's in the between you is all of these painful experiences you haven't processed. They come up when you try to get closer to somebody. The wall comes up to protect you from not experiencing any further pain. But what they do is those walls actually keep the love and the prosperity and the abundance, the health out in that process of keeping you safe. They also keep you stuck. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because I had such a great breakthrough with one of my clients that I felt like I got to share this information with everybody. And so I have taken this time during the pandemic, and I hope all of you are doing well and your loved ones are, and just my heart goes out to all of you that have had challenges or maybe even lost a loved one. It just breaks my heart that I see this happening in the news and in social media, and it's hard to know what to do or what to even say. But I want you to know that I'm thinking of you. But for me, when this pandemic hit, what I decided to do was take an opportunity to go within. I give out so much of energy that I was feeling really depleted in March. And so it was actually a divine intervention for me. And I heard the message that I needed to get really quiet, to see how I could really help women. Am I doing the best that I can do to follow my own path and my dharma, my purpose for living? When you follow your purpose for living, when you're in taking aligned and right action, you are so successful. Oh my gosh, you're so passionate. Things start falling into place. There's obstacles move out of the way like that. But when you're not taking aligned action, it's arduous, like pushing a rock uphill. And so I get excited when I'm in aligned action, and I get slow down, and it's a lot of heavier energy when I'm not. And I was starting to feel like I was forcing things, because here's why. Here's what I came up with. This is so great. I hope this is interesting for you, because it'll help you understand me. I've been with Michael for 8 years, and during this time I've grown so much, and we've grown as a couple and individually. And I have so much more to share with women, not just with women that are single, but with women that are struggling in a divorce, just got out of a divorce, have lost a loved one, a spouse, haven't had, the success that they deserve and want in their careers. They haven't had the abundance of prosperity. They haven't had good relationships with their children. All of these scenarios, I speak to me, and the work that I do teaches. I cover all of these things, and not just for single women. And so, but I've just been offering it to single women, and I want to change that, because now that I'm a married woman, I have even more perspective, and it's more whole. Like I can bring more to you. So I am going to open up my program and change my program this fall to include all women, whether like I said, single, looking for a man, looking to make your marriage better, looking to make your current relationship better, looking to heal the obstacles, the emotional blocks that have kept you stuck and not able to realize your potential. That's what I'm here to do, is help you realize your potential. That's what I'm passionate about. That's what gets me excited, because when you change and you realize your potential, all the people in your life benefit from that. The whole world benefits. So how can I help people on a global scale? I can open up my my program to include all women. And so I'm really excited about that, as you can tell. And I'm really glad that I listened to my intuition to take time to recharge and get quiet and really check in with what my next steps were going to be, so that they could be aligned and that it would really connect. And so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So what can you do? You can stay tuned into my channel, Facebook and YouTube. You can subscribe to my channel or like my Facebook page. What that will do is give you notifications when I'm going live, so that you don't miss an episode or a replay from a live video. I mostly do just live videos. I'm much better at live videos versus the scripted videos. It's so interesting. It's hard for me to stick to a script, because I always start to ad lib and then I get into trouble. And so I want to, yay, thanks, Clay. Hi, Nancy. I want to say hi to a couple of the ladies. Hi, Harumi. Hi, let's see, Tabitha, Prudence, Sonia. Thank you so much for being here. And so let me ask you a question. Do you struggle with being able to make the distinction with how emotionally available another person is they're having a dialogue with? Wouldn't you like to be better at that? More, and then when you discover, so type yes or no in there. I would love to hear that. And then if you discover the degree in which you're available, wouldn't you like the mastery to be able to navigate instead of just shutting it down and going and emotionally distancing and going, you know what, they're just not emotionally available. That's just another form of avoidance. That's how we avoid others. When we don't know what to do, we also become emotionally unavailable. We withdraw. So how would you like a skill so that you can go, okay, he's this emotionally available, or he's, 40%, 45%. That's what I'm working with here. So what kind of questions can I ask a man that, or a person, my husband, my partner? How do I get him to step out of resistance? And so we do it. I wish I could reach my feather. Hang on, I got to get it. Okay. So you see, I'm in my office, but I'm sitting at my desk and sitting over there at my little filming studio. I thought I would change the scenery. So we proceed gently. We always proceed gently when we feel that somebody is going to resist. Just like with children, if you think of children, and not that men are children, but sometimes when people resist, it's because there's pain. Pain creates this resistance. And so when somebody withdraws, it's usually because they've been in a lot of pain or have experienced pain and they don't want to experience anymore. So you ask a question that had caused them pain, the answer, they start to withdraw. So we need to be careful and gentle, like we would with a child. And so we would lower our voice and we would have a very warm and welcoming smile, or just an expression that would indicate that it's safe. It's safe to proceed, that you're trustworthy, that they can trust you with the information, with the answer, with them being open and vulnerable and authentic. And you can create this space, but you have to be comfortable with being open. You have to set that tone. You have to be comfortable. So that's also what I'm going to be teaching, is how to become more intimate with yourself, into me I see, so that you can naturally be an open book. Why do we have to hide things? If we're only hiding things because we're too afraid to, we think that we're going to be identified by them. If I, don't have good hair, then I must not be attractive anymore. I must not be youthful anymore. I'm probably, something's wrong with me. I mean, right? Can you see my thinking? I'm not my hair. I'm so much more than that. And I know that's just something. And I don't identify with that. So I'm just using that as an example because I used my hair earlier. And maybe I'm using my hair right now as an example because I am a little identified by it. Woo, sneaky ego, right? So see there, I just pulled off a layer. where I might have been using this just as a way as to air it. Oh, our ego is so fascinating to me, and I love doing this work because it just, even when I do live videos, it helps me to even be more authentic myself. And I love authenticity. It just feels so good to connect. It's so real, and it just fills your cup. When you connect with another person on an authentic level, your cup runneth over, right? You feel all this surge of passion and energy and vivaciousness and just a drive to just like to connect with people on this level more and more and more, because you recognize that it's the only way to have a real connection. Everything else is just superficial, and it's not satisfying, and it's not fulfilling in any way. And so I'm all about, creating those authentic, courageous connections that lead to experiencing life the way we are meant to experience life, in a real way, in a way that provides satisfaction, joy, love, harmony, peace, excitement, passion, all the things that we long for in our life that are a birthright and that are accessible to us, if we can just do the work, get all these blocks out of the way so that we can show up that way, and then have everything we want, because that's what comes with it. That's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow when you do that work on yourself. And so let me read some of the comments. Hi, Ladina. Nice to see you. Hi, Anne. Amy, love you. Hi, honey. So great to have a full house here. Thank you, ladies, for showing up, and gents. And this work really isn't just for women, to tell you the truth, right? It's for humans. If you're a human, it's for you. And you're welcome. It's my pleasure. Yeah, we all have those insecure thoughts. You're right. But remember, we're not our thoughts. We just have them. They don't have to define us. And so hope you all have an amazing weekend. Stay tuned for more information about what I'm going to be creating for you, all of you. And how this is going to help the single ladies. I just want to make this point before I close. This new program is going to help you single ladies, because I would prefer, and I recommend, that you're in a group setting with women that are going through other things, so that you get more perspective, that are married, that are struggling, that feel very lonely in their marriage. Have you ever felt that? I have, not in this marriage, but in my first marriage. Or maybe they're struggling with their children. Have you ever had that? I have. Or maybe they've lost a loved one. Have you ever experienced that? Maybe you have. I think a lot of us have. And so that's a community with all a variety of different challenges, and the work covers all the challenges. It's your becoming it's becoming the real you, right? It's the becoming. And in that process, you need to see all these different experiences and scenarios so that you can relate, because you might relate to a divorcee more than you relate to a single lady, or somebody that lost a loved one, because you have. So that's why I think that it's going to benefit the single women to open up my program to the women that want to do the work, and they want to embody the skill set that I do. That's what it's all about. In your own version, embody the skill set. And that's what I can guarantee that you will have. And what's the big promise? That you can have everything that you want, because you have the skill set to get it. That's the big promise. And if that's a man, if that's money, if that's a new home, a car, a career, travel, then you can have it. And I do have this swipe right dating program for my ladies that are single that want to date. So we've got these two programs, and I'm really excited about offering this new program in the fall. And I'm not sure when it's going to come out, but I'm going to be giving you a lot of information about that. Okay, ladies and gents, thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to start doing my live videos in June, the first week of June. So be looking for that. I'll send emails out. If you're not on my email list, if you take my soulmateiq.com, it's a quick little quiz. You'll be able to hop onto my mailing list, and then you'll receive the notifications about the program. If you've already taken that, you can try my 2020loveforecast.com. I don't know if you ever took that, 2020loveforecast.com. And that is a little forecast, a love forecast on how you're going to do in your love life this year. But with the pandemic, I lost momentum in putting that out there. So those two freebies are a way for you to hop onto my list. And then you can always just go to my website, Engaged in Any Age, and you can opt in to receive my blogs. So I hope that you'll join me and join my community so that you can keep up with what I'm doing, and also to grow yourself, right? To work on your self-development and becoming and being the best version of yourself. All right. Lots of love. I'll drop those links in the box after this broadcast. Take care. Thanks for being here. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Bye.